What is going on, gamers? A freaking phrase that was coined by me a long time ago. Whenever I was creating tons of awesome, wonderful builds and grounded, and already at this point, I'm a little late to the party because, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, this is me talking about grounded too. All of you guys have probably seen IGN's video on the reveal of everything and Grounded's video they released, the trailer and all that stuff. Wow, dude. Wow. I'm freaking blown away. I knew that Grounded 2 was going to happen. They'd have been dumb to not do it, right? And they said the world is going to be 3 times larger than the world of Grounded, which is freaking insane. I got a whole list of things here that I just want to mention that I'm excited about, and then also things that I hope to see closer to the end of the video in this coming update. It looks like they've hit on a lot of the things that we as a community have like recommended and wanted for years now. But there's still a few things that I would like to see that hopefully are involved, and I'm pretty sure they might be, but I don't know at the moment. So, anyway, get this out of the way. Riding the bugs, dude. We get to ride around on ants and spiders starting off. They said they're going to be adding tons of more mountable bugs and things throughout the history of and the creation of this game, which is super sick. Um, they also said the starting area is going to be the size of the original backyard, just the starting area itself, which is absolutely insane, dude. There's going to be adding like different biomes and stuff that I've always wanted to see, like a freaking snow biome inside of an ice cream cart that fell over. And it's just loaded full of all kinds of stuff. It kind of looked like in the trailer that there was a scorpion boss inside of there. Not to mention the cool mobs that you see in there, like the caterpillar. Dude, the caterpillar looks sick. The caterpillar looks real sick. And my son was watching it with me, and he happened to point out that the caterpillar in the trailer looks like it is infected, which is interesting. They also mentioned in the IGN video about an anthill that's like contaminated with toxic waste or something like that, where there'll be roaches, which is pretty freaking dope. And I wonder if that toxic waste will transform any other different kinds of bugs that might be down there as well, or what other kind of crazy stuff we'll find down there, man. Just this is exciting, dude. I built my entire community around this game, and we're going to come back on Grounded 2, and we are going to take over the freaking internet. It is about time that there's finally something in the foreseeable future for me to make content on. There's actually been a lot of games this year that that have been revealed that look really well. And some of you might be saying, "Seethrew, I thought you weren't going to be making another YouTube video until July 5th, because I'm currently on a weight loss, health, fitness journey." And the only thing I'm going to leak to you guys about this journey right now is I am down 20 pounds. Oh, yeah. Hence the reason why we've got the muscle man riding on the back of the ant. Dude, I feel fantastic, but we're not going to talk about that because I'm recording daily like vlogs, and we're going to do a big reveal video on July 5th for that. But anyway, Grounded 2, dude. New active abilities. So now you're going to be able to socket in mutations that are active, which means so there's passive and active abilities. Passive abilities happen all the time. So like, you increase your critical strike chance or your hit or your damage, flat damage, stuff like that. But active abilities are abilities you can press a button to activate. So like, I don't know what they could possibly be because they didn't really show a whole lot, but maybe it's like a stealth because they're adding like this like whole class system, it seems like, with the tank and then the magic dude and the rogue. That would be sick if there was like an active ability with the rogue that makes you go invisible or something like that. That would be crazy. But that's more or less what those active abilities are, and I can't wait to see what kind of crazy stuff we can come up with with different builds and stuff. And shout out to C Dinky because he is the master of doing all that stuff. And I love the guy to death. It's my favorite Grounded creator outside of myself, obviously. But anyway, they did talk about they're going to be releasing a fully transparent roadmap with the early access release of this game on July 29th, which is crazy because Obsidian is definitely known for keeping everything locked down and secretive, which I've always been totally against. Like, I think getting people involved in updates prior to them releasing, to check for all the bugs. We went through so many bugs over the past couple of years with Grounded, no pun intended. If you guys remember the Black Ant Hill bug, where everyone's game started to crash and no one knew why, and that's because all the black ants were hoarding thousands and millions of piles of food at the trash can area. Or like the sap bug, where like you could never get sap out of your sap collectors. That was obnoxious. Things like that could be easily preventable if you just like get you some free beta testers through content creators or whoever else might want to do that. But anyway, besides the point, we get dashing now to add into the awesome freaking combat system that is the Grounded combat system, which is probably one of the best outside of Elden Ring, like combat systems in any game, where it's extremely skill based to stay alive, and you could literally fight anything with any weapon if you were good enough, type stuff. So that's really cool that they added dashing, because that will help dramatically. So that's super dope. And then they've also got dual wielding. And one thing that I caught in a trailer that I don't know if anybody else caught is fist weapons. It looked like we were going to have some fist weapons. I believe it was Max had like a red fist weapon in his hand at one point in one of the videos. I played it at 0.25 speed, so I can literally see every little tiny detail. But yeah, so that would be dope. Dual wielding fist weapons or daggers, or even like one-handed swords or stuff like that. Maybe if we get a one-handed staff this time, like the spicy staff, we could actually hold the torch in our offhand. That's one thing that always drove me crazy about Grounded, is you could have a sword and a torch, you could have this and the torch, but you could not have a staff, a one-handed staff and a torch. That was always obnoxious. So hopefully they fix that. But yeah, the caterpillars look sick, the scorpions look freaking sick, the roaches look sick. Everything about this is extremely exciting. Not to mention, when I found out about it a day or two ago, whenever it was, might even have been I think it was just yesterday. When I found out about it, oh my god, I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. I don't know. I'm stoked. I literally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god, they got changes to combat. There's like a whole graphic overhaul where they like showed like a wolf spider before and after their graphics overhaul. Those look absolutely insane. I could rattle on about this all day long, and I know that you guys are stoked for me to play Grounded again. So many people have asked me, and I apologize. Over the past year, I've kind of been on like this whole mental health find myself journey thing, and I'm locked in right now, dude. Like, I am obsessed with taking care of myself now, and it is like the number one most fun thing I've ever done. Working out every day, staying on a perfect schedule, taking care of myself, eating better. Still struggling a little bit with the eating part, just because I don't really, all the numbers and everything is so hard to track. But I'm not going to talk about it. I want to talk about this stuff, but I can't. So I can, but I'm promising you guys to have a massive update video on July 5th of my whole journey here. But anyway, things that I'm hoping for, and there's only two things that I'm hoping that this game has that would be really sick if they did. If they don't, that's okay. But damage numbers. That has been a huge request from a lot of people from Grounded, is rather than showing me a percentile bar that is literally a mystery of whether this weapon does more damage or not, just say 5 damage, 6 damage, +2 damage. You don't play D&D with a slider. You play D&D with freaking 12 dexterity and 15 strength and 25 intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I hope to God they give us numbers. I really do. Especially to tie into their like little D&D kind of theme that they have going with it anyway. And also, with that said, they didn't really touch on the whole class system, but I hope that, between Willow, Pete, Hoops, and Max, that there's a different reason to pick a different character, right? Or maybe you picked a character and then you pick their class, or Pete is stronger with swords and Max is stronger with daggers, Hoops is stronger with bows, and etc. I hope that that's the thing. There goes my phone ding-linging. But I'm not going to hold you guys for too much longer, dude. It's already been 10 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're excited for the old Seethrew to come back into the world, let me know down in the comments, because you guys commenting and liking this video, and especially if you subscribe, if you're not subscribed, are going to boost the bejesus out of the views on this video. And I could use a banger. I'm about due for a banger. It's been a little while since I had a banger. Although this isn't edited or flashy or showing you the exact same shit you've seen 20 times already. Just me talking, man. You either like me or you don't like me. So make sure you hit the like button. Comment down below what the thing you're looking forward to most about the Grounded is, and I will see you guys on July 5th. This will be the only one I'm posting. Told myself I wasn't gonna post, but here I am. I'm posting. I'm freaking, content is a drug, bro. I swear to God. You guys be good. Peace, and I love you. Take it easy.